Hello there, everybody. Today I want to do what I think is a very important video, and it's going to be about the Goth YouTube community. I know for a fact I'm not the only one who's noticed all the drama going on around here lately, and it has been getting worse. It's gotten to a point where some of the Goth YouTubers have even felt the need to do something very similar to an apology or explanation video, and I just think that's completely unacceptable, honestly. I'm pretty sure all of us, or at the very least most of us, have been bullied in our past for being goth. We know what bullying feels like. We know it isn't fun. We know it makes your life really difficult. So why in the world are we bullying each other right now? There's absolutely no reason for it at all. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the fact that there are people making videos that call out certain goth YouTubers for not being goth enough or for not doing their videos in a way those people deem correct for the goth subculture. I'm tired of seeing the nasty comments under goth YouTubers' videos where people call them out and accuse them of certain things or say really nasty things rather than simply stating their opinion on what those people are saying. I'm tired of the fact that people are attacking each other on other social media platforms. I'm just done with it, and I think all of us are. The problem is, even though some of the bullying has gone down in the past week or so, people still have had a difficult time, I've noticed, getting back to their normal video making habits because now everyone's looking over their shoulder. Everyone's making their videos and uploading them as usual, but then they have to sit there and check their comments every 30 seconds, making sure nobody's bullying them or any of their fans. So I want to start a new trend today. I've compiled a small list of some of the bigger goth YouTubers that people tend to watch, or some of the ones that I watch, and rather than criticizing every little thing they do or don't do in their videos, I've decided that I'm going to sit here and tell you everything that I like about those YouTubers, and I encourage all of you to do the same. I'm going to make this into a kind of a challenge. My challenge is find as many goth YouTubers as you can, or some that you admire, and do a video where you talk about why you admire them. Talk about what it is about that YouTuber that you think is amazing. So, here we go. The first person I'm going to be discussing in this video is It's Black Friday, because let's face it, she's getting the bulk of the hate lately, and I think that's really sad. One of the things I've always loved about It's Black Friday since I first started watching her videos is her sweet and kind personality. She has a very kind disposition, and it makes her very easy to listen to and very easy to watch. And the other thing that I think is so important about that is her kindness makes people feel very welcome on her channel, and she makes them feel welcome in real life when they meet her as well. It's very important that we as goth YouTubers do our best to make people feel welcome on our channels, because it's already hard out there for young people who are starting out in the goth community. They're already different, they already have to struggle a lot with people in their daily lives, and they just want to get away from all of it. Her welcoming personality has always made people, whether they're goth or not, feel like they can talk to her in her comment section and like they can listen to her and she won't pass judgment on them if they meet her in person, and that's really important to me. It's Black Friday also does something that most bigger YouTubers tend to refuse to do until their PR teams get involved. She's not afraid to apologize. She's done multiple apology videos on her channel, even when people have not called her out for something. She recognizes that something she may have done at some point may have upset someone, and she sets the record straight. Most people who have a channel the size of It's Black Friday will never apologize, and even if they do, it's a very forced apology you can tell was written by their agent or manager or PR team. It's Black Friday's apology videos are clearly unscripted since she's generally walking around in the world when she's doing them, and in my opinion, she seems very sincere in them. I think that a lot of bigger YouTubers, even outside the goth community, could do to watch some of her apology videos and start following suit in making some that are actually sincere and heartfelt. I also love the fact that It's Black Friday is a multi-talented goth YouTuber. It's Black Friday's older videos depict her DIYing t-shirts. They show her DIYing food and beverages. She has done reviews. She has done hauls. She has done makeup videos. She has done vlogs. You name it, she's done it at some point on her channel, and that's so cool. It's one of the reasons it's difficult to get tired of watching her content, because even YouTubers outside the goth subculture tend to fall into some kind of pit where they only want to do one kind of video, and after a while you get kind of bored of watching that. Yes, I realize lately people have had an issue with her making mostly hauls, but you have to remember she does have everything categorized in playlists. You can always go back and watch her old videos if you want to. They're not going anywhere. Next victim is Verbs and Alters. Verbs and Alters is one of my favorites in the goth YouTube community and about a mid-sized channel in the goth subculture. Before we delve too far into this one, I thought it would be fun to mention the fact that while I was writing my notes for this video, my phone kept insisting on autocorrecting Verbs and Alters to other scandal tits, which I almost wet myself laughing over when I was first writing it out. Anyway, moving on. Verbs and Alters is a hilarious goth YouTuber. Just about every single video they've done has made me laugh at some point, because a lot of people on YouTube think that they're bound to this persona, this happy, light, bubbly, fairy persona that can never be sad, that can never be angry. You have to always be smiling and always talk about how perfect and wonderful life is. And Verbs and Alters just kind of turned that on its head and butt-fucked it. He doesn't really care whether or not people are annoyed by the fact that he might be pissed off in a video, or he might be just ranting about something stupid going on in the world, or laughing over something that most people might find idiotic that day, or that he might just be sad, like when dear Presley was unfortunately on his way out. I would frankly love it if more YouTubers were not afraid to be more like Dorian and just be unapologetically themselves. Be honest with people. It's more relatable than you think. Nobody thinks it's relatable to always be happy and bubbly and floating around like the world is perfect when it's not. I've always found the fact that Dorian is brutally honest and not afraid to be who he is in real life on camera to make him very, very relatable to me. Plus the fact that we have a very similar personality, in my opinion, and most of the time when watching some of his videos, I feel like, yep, that's something I would have said. It's not easy to make YouTube videos that lead the audience to feel like you are friends with the YouTuber, and Dorian has actually managed to master that, so props to you. Now we come to Miss Riri Phillips. Where do we even begin with her? Let's start with the obvious, which is how incredibly talented she is. Riri is an alternative model, and she's a makeup artist, and it definitely shows on her channel. She does have quite a few makeup tutorials. Her makeup in her photographs can look a little daunting, but the way she walks you through her makeup tutorials on her channel makes it so easy to understand, and I've taken a lot of inspiration from her makeup tutorials and used her application techniques while using my own looks, but she has definitely inspired some of my looks in the past. Riri also has a good few goth DIY videos on her channel, and just like her makeup videos, they're very easy to follow and very easy to understand. She makes it easy for just about anybody who's just starting out in the subculture to understand how to DIY a jacket, DIY a shirt, or, know what to do with their hair and their makeup and their look. She really tried to go outside that box of just go out to the store and buy stuff from a goth shop and show you how to do it yourself, and I wish that more people did that on YouTube. But these are not the main things that I admire about Riri. There is one very important thing that is not superficial in the slightest that I absolutely adore about her, and that is her bravery. Riri is quite possibly the bravest goth YouTuber on the platform because she has put her own comfort at risk to make very important videos showcasing what it's like to suffer with depression, what it's like to have suicidal thoughts and suicidal tendencies, what it's like to have body issues. And she shows that she may be beautiful and she may be an alternative model, but she is not immune to the same struggles the rest of us feel. She talks about them so that people don't just put her up on this pedestal and think she's perfect. She wants people to know that she understands what they're going through and that she wants to help as much as she can when someone is struggling with the same issues that she herself struggles with. But she also is honest and says that sometimes she has to put her own mental health first, so she might not do videos for a while, or she might not get back to her fans right away, because putting yourself first is not selfish. It's something that everyone should do to a certain degree. And I think it's so important that people who are up on a platform she is and who have as many fans as she has should be talking about things like this. I just think it's absolutely amazing, and I hope she continues to do those same things in her future videos. Poor Kaya. Toxic Tears, just like It's Black Friday, is another one who's been feeling the heat lately, and I feel really bad because she seems like such a kind person. I've never really had a huge problem with Kaya. Like everyone else, I got a little bored of the hauls, but again, just go back to her old videos if it bothers you. The things I love about Kaya are that she's unapologetically herself. She is known to be a goth YouTuber, but she never said herself that she's a goth YouTuber. She never put that label on herself. Her fan base put it on her for her. While some people may think that's problematic, I think it's wonderful because Toxic Tears has a very fun mixed range of things on her channel that she likes. She has vlogs, she has crafty videos that are really artistic, she has makeup videos, she has it all, again, just like It's Black Friday does. But she has a large range of styles she loves as well. Yes, she primarily looks gothic and wears the gothic aesthetic, but that's not the only thing she likes. You'll see her often strolling down the street in full Hufflepuff garb or in pink kawaii outfits. It depends on her mood that day what she's going to look like, and I don't see a problem with that at all. I think it's wonderful. I think it sets her apart from other goth YouTubers and makes her very interesting because you never know video to video what's Kaya gonna look like? What's she gonna be discussing this time? I think that it's fun, and I think that none of us should be boxed into a certain look. If you love that all black look, that is just fine for you, but she likes to throw pink and yellow in, and I think it's really cool. This is Gothic Soulflower. I'm always very sad about the fact that I don't really hear a lot of people in the subculture mentioning this person. Gothic Soulflower is one of 2 elder goth YouTubers that I actually enjoy watching because a majority of her videos are about what the goth subculture is and what it should be about. And she was there when it began, so she, is able to explain what it's supposed to be and where people have kind of accidentally fallen off the wagon with that. But the information is presented in a way that is clear and concise and kind. At no point does she come off condescending or elitist at all, and in fact, she makes really important videos about things like racism and elitism in the Gothic subculture that a lot of people are afraid to touch. A lot of people are afraid to go there on their channel because they don't know how people react to it, and she just doesn't care. She knows it's a problem. She knows it's something we need to shed light on and talk about, so she talks about it. And I really suggest that all of you go and take a look at some of her videos. I just mentioned that there are 2 elder goth YouTubers that I watch, and this is the other one. This is Skull Girdle, although now I believe she's changed her channel name to Skull Girdle RIP, and I have loved this lady for about a year now since I first discovered her, because one, she has an absolutely hilarious sense of humor. She's just amazing. She's one of those people that as soon as you watch them, you're like, I know I could get on with that person for sure if I ever encounter them in real life. And one of the main things I love about her channel is that most of her content is just vlogs of her in her regular daily routines. She just shows what regular life is like through the eyes of someone who just happens to be goth. And a lot of people don't do that because I think they're afraid that it won't appear goth enough if you're just, going to get your car fixed or getting groceries or something. But Skullgirdle knew it's important to show people that goths are just regular people with regular lives and regular days. We do the same things that everyone else does every day. We just happen to be goth while we're doing it. And she shows that some people have no issue with that, and some people take huge issue with the way she looks. And I don't know, I mostly just love how real she is. She cracks me up in her videos, and if you need a good laugh, I think you should check her out. Can anyone honestly say they've really ever had an issue with Drac Makins as a person? I admit I don't watch Drac quite as often as other people, mostly because she gets kind of shoved down, unfortunately, in my queue, but Drac is such a kind person. She doesn't start drama with anyone. She doesn't discuss anything controversial on her channel. She's mostly just here to do makeup looks. It's what she loves to do. It's something she's extremely talented at. So that's what she does. She does a lot of really cool, really interesting makeup looks that work really well for anyone who's alternative. She does things that are good for everyday looks. She does really good looks for, if you have a job that doesn't allow you to look too crazy. And she does really good looks if you are not afraid to just look like an absolute loon, no matter where you're going. And if you're looking for some new and interesting makeup ideas, she's definitely someone that you'll want to take a look at. The last one I want to talk about is Kai Decadence. Kai is, again, one I don't hear mentioned a whole lot, which is kind of annoying because if you want someone who's a true goth YouTuber, Kai is the one. All of Kai's videos are goth related. It is all about the gothic subculture, and I think that's pretty cool because although I love when a channel has a wide variety of interests, if you want to call yourself a goth YouTuber, you gotta have a lot of goth content. Sometimes it is cool to just sit down and watch somebody who just wants to talk about the gothic subculture and the importance of it and the things people are forgetting about it that they need to pay more attention to. He mentions what bands are considered goth music and what bands you might think are goth music but actually aren't. They are symphonic metal or something of the like. So he's very good at breaking down what makes a band a goth band and what makes it something else. Again, without sounding condescending, which is awesome. I know I didn't get to mention every goth YouTuber out there in this video, and I think I might make another video later on where I do mention the ones that I didn't get to in this one. But there is something I love about all of you. Every single one of you on this platform in the goth subculture, I love something about you. And I thought it would be a nice change of pace to get away from some of the negativity in this subculture right now and to just talk about what we like about each other. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am considering this a challenge. I challenge all of you to think of at least one goth YouTuber that you admire and do a video about why you admire them and why you think they're cool. Or you can do something similar to the format I just did where you mention as many of them as you possibly can in one video. As always, do something that makes you happy today no matter what anyone else thinks about it, and I'll see you all soon.